All right, let's talk about 12 conspiracy theories that actually turned out to be true.
I love
Shit.
these. You know what? I fucking go through these listicles every day.
All right, you guys
You want me to guess one?
Yeah, guess.
You trying to guess which ones?
Guess
like
which
in
one.
total?
All right.
Gold for Tonkin.
Do you know about the horror of Project Sunshine?
Nope.
Tell us about it, please.
Project Sunshine is where there was a big conspiracy that the government was stealing dead bodies in order to do radioactive testing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they actually were. They were actually stealing body parts from recently deceased babies.
What?
Yeah.
Why babies?
Because it's radioactive,
They
baby.
needed young tissue in order to test the effect of a radioactive bomb. You needed like a young human tissue.
Like
Yeah.
grave digging? Or-
No, like
Right at the hospital,
Like
huh?
if a
At the
baby
hospital.
died and you would have to they would rather than they would just take parts of the baby off.
I think they need to ethically source the baby. Like, they can't steal it. They have to. It has to be.
They have to be organ donors.
Nothing about this sounds ethical.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Or is that in the fine print of like having an organ donor type of situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like some black market shit, you know?
Yeah.
I want some farm raised,
Farm raised.
free range,
Free
you know?
range, baby.
Texas, baby.
Yep.
How about when Prohibition was a thing?
Yeah.
The government actually was putting poison in the alcohol that was left.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Did you
Why?
guys?
Because they're like, so people could die from drinking it?
Yeah, because they wanted to discourage drinking, so they actually made it
dear
poisonous.
Lord.
Whoa.
They did some fucked up shit back in the day, huh?
Yeah.
Not anymore, though.
These days, nah, not anymore.
Not today.
I'm so glad we have a government that's so honorable and ethical and they don't fuck up.
Yeah. It's for sure.
That was back
Easy.
then.
The crazy one. You guys know MK Ultra, right?
Yeah.
That's insane that was real.
Is
What
that
was
on the
that
list?
again?
Is it-
Yeah, it's the testing of where they
Kidnap people or
they
like,
were testing LSD and like other hallucinogenics on people, but they weren't telling them that they were doing that. Yeah.
it was just
There's a bunch
my.
of movies about that, right?
Yeah, so people just they were permanently mentally disabled, and the government was like, we didn't do that.
That's kind of like somewhat how Stranger Things, you know how they play with that government, like
Yeah.
But it's like they're also fucking with like telepathy and like all kinds of weird shit.
Because did they make a movie like the one with George Clooney? It's like Men Who Stare at Goats or something like that.
Oh, is that what?
I think that's a. I don't know if that's. I'm pretty sure it's based off a true.
You know what's funny? I
story.
didn't know that the title just made me think it was a boring movie, so I didn't watch it.
It's a pretty. But that's the whole premise. Is like they're testing out telepathy. and shit.
Tuskegee Experiment.
Yeah.
They inject the black community with syphilis to test them, to test the reaction.
Yeah. And they gave syphilis to hella people, and it was all black people too, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's like with AIDS, right? AIDS for like lesser or lower income communities.
They gave them AIDS.
Isn't that a conspiracy theory?
For that one,
It is a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory. I don't know if that one's true.
But because the Tuskegee one is, I don't think they knew about AIDS back then. It was just syphilis. Yeah.
Do you guys know about the Dalai Lama?
No.
Yeah, he's a fake.
He's a pedophile.
No, he's not. I don't know about that, but they said
Oh wait, he works as a spy for the U.S. government.
that he's a CIA agent.
Is he?
It turns out he they don't. I mean, saying he's a CIA agent sounds a little general.
He's like an
It's
informant.
more that he receives a salary from the CIA.
Interesting.
To do what? This all the time?
So the purpose of the Dalai Lama in the
That's crazy.
from the perspective of the CIA is he's there to destabilize China's infrastructure. Kind of like it says like yeah, he earned 180K
That's it?
for
the Dalai
year.
Lama?
I think a year.
I would have been like, bro, the Pope makes way more. Come on.
but when
I'm the
was
Dalai
this, though?
Lama.
In order, it's like he has a figurehead for the Tibetan resistance. So Tibet versus China, kind of thing.
Wow.
They
Get back
pay
on
him
that, huh?
to like to maintain this like morale, I guess, against China.
When were they paying him?
1960s.
Dude, $180,000 in 1960s?
Okay.
He's killing it.
I thought it was today.
Yeah. And then John Lennon being under government surveillance ended up being true.
Yeah.
Because he was,
Why would they?
What's the story on that?
Because he was making songs that were anti-war. And I think anybody who did that at that time was
under-
under surveillance.
They were checking you out.
But then he would be number one because he was the top of the top, right? Yeah. So there's actually files on him and stuff. Even
Have
though
you heard
like
of Operation Paperclip? So Operation Paperclip is after World War II. They were like, what are we gonna do with all these Nazi scientists that are kind of chilling? And they're like, maybe we'll give them a home in America. And that's where they became leaders of NASA and CIA and all these, because they're like, well, we got these fresh brains. We don't want to let it splatter. Let's just use them for our benefit.
damn.
So we have a lot of Nazi scientists that were contributing to American, progress in science and stuff.
Is Oppenheimer one of them?
I think so.
No. Sounds like a very German name.
Yeah.
This one's kind of recent. The whole NSA thing. How people were like, the government's not spying on us, and then people were like, yes, they are somehow. In truth, 2016 there were 50,000 requests from the government to Facebook, 27,000 to Google, 9,000 to Apple, and that's all just to get private information that's not.
But didn't Snowden
entitled.
already divulge that information?
Yeah, but nobody listens.
Yeah, nobody
cares.
Where's he at now?
Russia.
Russia, right? He's still chilling over
He
there?
did divulge that, yeah. How about the freaking the Gulf of Tonkin?
Gulf of Tonkin?
Yeah,
That's what
that
started the
one.
Vietnam War.
Yeah. How that
That was a
the
false
real
flag.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, false flag.
So what was this one?
That's the one where it's they faked the first move. So it was like they basically attacked their own, not attacked their own ship, but they attacked Vietnam and made it look like Vietnam had attacked American ships.
So give them the right to be able to go to war with them.
Yeah, and then they said that's the direct one incident that begun the full assault.
You know what America was? He was that guy at the bar that's been wanting to fight, and then he did. Why you fucking run into me, man? What? You trying to fight now?
Yeah, and then the guy's like, no, I'm cool with it. He's like, it was him.
Yeah, see?
And he takes out the bottle and goes like this.
Yeah.
And then here's a knife. Do something with the knife.
Do something.
With the knife.
In the 1950s, Big Tobacco already knew cigarettes caused cancer. And they didn't say anything.
Big
It didn't
Tobacco.
even become a headline until 40 years later.
19 what?
1950.
Whoa.
There's a movie called Thank You for Not Smoking.
Yeah.
It's great.
Made me want to smoke a little.
Maybe want to smoke.
Yeah, I know.
Those old school advertisements where doctors are like, it's doctor approved.
Yeah.
That shit blows my mind.
Yeah, dude.
I think later in my life, like when I get like 60s, 70s, I'm gonna start smoking, I think.
Probably.
I'm gonna start it, dude. I'm gonna start
Watch it prolong your life for like 20 years.
My whole family like smokes. Like
And you never wanted to.
Because I felt like once I started,
You're gonna turn into him then.
I'm gonna be a fucking for sure a smoker. And it's gonna be so hard for me to stop.
Did you figure that
pretty
out because
nice.
of Pringles?
Because of Black and Miles, baby.
I haven't touched a cigarette ever since.
My grandma would
man.
smoke all the time. She lived in New Mexico, and anytime she'd send packages to us in LA, it just smelled like cigarettes.
You're like,
Did she go like this?
probably.
Kalyne.
Ashley's
Yeah,
wrapping the package.
This one I never even knew about, but in the 1960s, the Canadian government was funding this machine that apparently was supposed to be the first gaydar.
Canadian. Real deal. That was the thing I was talking about earlier.
Oh, really? What,
Yeah.
what were we saying?
When we were talking about the ChatGPT
Are
thing,
you using it on him?
I'm not gay.
how would that even work though? like,
Right.
like what would it be like tracking?
I think it might have been like a seismograph or like a lie detector or something like that.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
We were talking about that.
Ends up just being a heat sensor.
as well.
Everybody's gay.
The what?
Wait, there was a gaydar on
Context.
ChatGPT?
No, we were talking about this recently, the other project, but I feel like that was in tandem with this machine that was built with Canada to...
Oh, the study.
Yeah, the study.
Oh.
We were talking about ChatGPT pulling or Dan pulling like statistics of stuff, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is that statistic really just like based off things
I
like a
wonder
test?
what they were like.
Yeah.
So the way that the device works, so the point, first of all, it's crazy because the point of the device is to prevent gay people from like working in high positions. Like they don't want gay guys in civil service, military.
so-
They want to find them. Like, oh, you're gay, get out. So then they would do this thing where it's a device that measures your pupil dilation when you're shown gay porn.
Oh, so that's what that is. Because you're horny.
Well, it's kind of a logical approach, I guess.
Yeah.
Why are they measuring the pupils when they could measure the?
Beep beep.
Because you're getting stimulated, right? You're just like, oh, like you're focusing a little bit harder.
I guess, but it's like I don't know how. Like, does that really work for anything? Like, if you're showing something you like,
I have no idea.
You might.
There's a theory on it, but I don't think it's been proven.
right? But yeah, they actually in the '60s were.
But for them to use it so they can kick gays out, like that's so crazy.
And the point wasn't to find who's gay in society; it's to find who's gay in like upper echelon like things. Yeah,
That's so funny.
upper management, exactly.
We can't have the barracks start looking like purple and nice and fabulous. Like they don't want no gays in the military because they're gonna make it all fashionable and shit.
Because we were gonna have fabulous barracks, we had
know.
to stop this.
I know. Like what are they afraid of?
Yeah, that to me was the out of this list that was the craziest one because I'd never heard of it.